is that you start with 1 in the 3rd cup. You end up with like
okay,
2 cups.
we have 29 tablespoons total. There are 16 tablespoons in a cup, so we're almost, it's 1 3/4 of a cup.
Okay.
1 3/4 cup total when you're done making everything. Is there, did I need to put something back on here for you, brother?
I left off, I think it's salt.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of salt.
2 tablespoons of dried parsley. 3 tablespoons of salt. And what kind of salt do we want to use? And you know what? If you're going to use the real salt, you might want to start off with 2 tablespoons because that's a much more potent salt. So start off with 2 tablespoons if you're using the real salt. Alrighty, so you're going to blend all this on high for like a minute, and then you just put it in a little jar or a little container and stick it in your cabinet. And then when you need a good seasoning, you go get this. And this makes excellent chicken broth. You can make chicken soup with this, you can make a chicken broth.
How many tablespoons equals 1 cup of broth? 1 tablespoon to 1 cup of water?
I just do it by taste. Everyone's taste is different. I don't have exact measurements for that. Okay. Now, speaking of spices, name some things that are spices. We're going to get into the spices because that's the next item. Now let me write out. See, we need a bigger board. I'm going to get us a bigger board. That's okay. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so we said milk. We're going to write all the things we said in order. Fish. Name them off for me, guys. Shellfish. Eggs. Letty has a good memory. Sharp memory. Meat. She's meat. Okay. What was the next one?
Cheese.
Cheese. What was the next one?
Additives.
Additives. What's the next one?
Alcoholic beverages.
Yeah. And then
Whatever you're going to put next.
spices. Do you know, it is known in the world that this is part of our message, that we don't need spices as people? Let me read something to you. This is in, let me find it. This is National Geographic. This is the one where they did a study on Adventists. Have you guys heard of this book? Do you know about it, Lainey? Okay. Do you know about it, Brother Denham?
I know about National Geographic.
Okay. 5 years ago, they did a study on blue zones. And they found, at this time, they found the 3 healthiest people in the world. Now it's up to 5. But we're still at the top of the list. They found the Okinawans in Japan, the Sardinians in Italy. Now you have some in Greece, and I forgot what the other one is. And then there's only one in North America, and it's in Loma Linda. And it's on the Adventists. They have the highest longevity. All those other groups, even though they have high longevity, their descendants are starting to eat McDonald's. But we who believe in this as a religion, we pass it on to our kids to eat the way we eat, correct? So that's why the longevity is continuing. This is November 2005. It's called The Secrets of Living Longer. And you can see it on, you can see it on YouTube. We were on Good Morning America, Oprah, Dr. Oz. It says the Adventist Church, born during the era of the 19th century, health reforms that popularized organized vegetarianism. Did you know we started the vegetarianism movement in this country? We were the ones, when we started talking about plant-based diet, America thought we were crazy. We started the graham cracker. Did you know that? We started the corn flakes. We started the box cereals, eating healthy cereals. If Kellogg was alive today and saw stuff they put in his food, I think he would not be happy. It says, the Adventist Church, born during the era of the 19th century health reforms that popularized organized vegetarianism, the graham cracker, and breakfast cereals. John Harvey Kellogg was an Adventist when he started making wheat flakes, has always preached and practiced a message of health. It expressed expressly forbids smoking, alcohol consumption, and eating biblically unclean foods such as pork. It also discourages the consumption of most meat, rich foods, caffeinated drinks, and stimulating condiments and spices. This is in a worldly magazine that says Adventists teach don't eat spices, yet most Adventists don't even know their health message. But the world is telling us what our health message is. Can you name some spices for me? Okay, what did you say?
Nutmeg, cinnamon.
Nutmeg. Now, let's talk about nutmeg for a minute. We're going to talk about cinnamon. We're going to give you substitute. For everything we take away, we're going to give you substitute. Now listen to this about nutmeg. Nutmeg has a toxic alkaloid in it called myristicin. And you'll get these words in the paper I send you. Whose narcotic or drug effect suppresses the central nervous system. Now, do we need to be eating anything that suppresses the central nervous system?
No.
No, with possible neurotoxic, it means it's toxic to the brain, effects on neuroblastoma cells. It has psychoactive properties. And just a week ago, in the news, did you guys hear this? In the news, we got Yahoo, and the news pops up. 1 week ago in the news, they were saying the new way kids are getting high today is they are grabbing the nutmeg out of their parents' cabinet and they are smoking it and sniffing it. And it is getting them high. So nutmeg is not something that we should be using. Also, and there's a link here where it can tell you more about this, about the nutmeg. Also, did you know they did a study? People who eat spices have a greater sexual urge when they eat cinnamon, pepper, mace, coffee, etc. The majority of pornography readers and those who are into perversion are high consumers of spices. This was medical research that was done about a year ago. Is that incredible? So did the prophet of the Lord know what she was saying when she said we should not consume? And they inflamed the blood. Okay? They poisoned the blood. Now, what about cinnamon? Cinnamon should not be used. It also inflames the blood. Now, it is recommended that you use coriander instead of cinnamon, or you can do the following substitution. You do 1 part cardamom, and you can get this right at that Indian market over on Avenue K, and it's like between 17th and 20th West. Very inexpensive. Indian stores sell a lot of this stuff. 1 part cardamom, 3 parts coriander. Now, what do I mean by 1 part? If I do 1 tablespoon of cardamom, I'm going to mix it with 3 tablespoons of coriander.
That's the substitute for what?
Cinnamon and nutmeg.
Oh, okay.
If I do 1 cup of cardamom, I'm going to do 3 cups of coriander and mix it together. And then that's what will be my cinnamon substitute. They say to use, I forgot if it's coriander or cardamom for nutmeg, if you want the taste of nutmeg. And if you want black pepper, I got a recipe from Sister Selena. And then somebody just told me the other day, have you heard of this for a substitution for black pepper? Get papaya.
Oh yeah, dry the
Take
seeds.
out the seeds, dry the seeds, put them in a pepper mill, and grind them up. And then you have an excellent pepper substitute. Now, before I became a Seventh-day Adventist, I used to eat salad with my pepper. Not pepper with my salad. I would put literally black on top of my salad. When I was a teenager, I suffered from ulcers. I didn't know it was a pepper, and I would be bending over continuously. When I read Counsel on Diets and Foods in 1991, and I removed the black pepper, I never had the problem again.
So we're talking ripe bananas, I mean papayas, right?
Yes, ripe papayas, and get the black seeds. They look like peppercorns. Dry them out, put them in a pepper shaker, and grind them up. Okay? So, this is for step number 1. We're going to be going into step number 2 tomorrow.
Papaya seeds good for parasites.
Pumpkin seeds are good for parasites. Oh, papaya seeds are good for parasites? Sister Letty says papaya seeds are also good for parasites. So mix those with your pumpkin seeds. Okay, so now let's do our last one here. That was number 9. Number 10 is, let me see if I have this right. Yes. This is for step 1. We're going to be getting into step 2 tomorrow. All these items, these are all items that we say we should not eat as Adventists, right? Tomorrow we're going to get into step 2, 3, and 4. Chocolate. Chocolate is something that we should not, and it causes allergies. A lot of people, to some people, this is detrimental to their health. Let me tell you a little bit about this. I have it here, let me see. I want to tell you a little bit about the chocolate. Okay. Eating chocolate can stimulate the adrenal glands. Does anyone know where your adrenal glands are? I told you that. It's on top of your kidneys. Okay? It stimulates the adrenal glands, which sit on top of your kidneys, and it stimulates them in a bad way. Secondly, chocolate has a substance in it that is a stimulant called phenethyl, P-H-E-N-E-L, ethyl, E-T-H-E-L, phenethyl, where am I looking? What am I looking for? Phenethylamine, A-M-I-N-E. It has this in chocolate, phenethylamine. It is a sexual stimulant, that's why they call it aphrodisiac, but it overstimulates in a bad way. And much of the chocolate has caffeine. Not all chocolate has caffeine, but a lot of it does. And if you're getting milk chocolate, you're getting dairy. Okay? So, a lot of people think chocolate is healthy, but all chocolate has this right here. And this stimulates the body in a bad way. It's a bad response in the body. Okay? We're closing it up right now. Okay, so these are the items that are no-nos, that we should not be consuming anyways. So if people tell you they have allergies, you want to go through these steps with them. And these are all the things that need to be eliminated from their diet.
Most people are not going to want to do that.
I know. But you know what? Most people will do this. A lot of people are giving this up, and a lot of people are giving this up, and a lot of people are giving this up. But when you get to like this, and this, and this, and this, they might not give it up. So but it's getting to the root of the problem, knowing what's causing the allergy. So we're going to go into more detail tomorrow, and we're going to be learning the good foods. What are the good foods that's causing allergies and how it's reacting? And also, has anyone heard of blood type diet? Okay. Blood type diet according to your diet. We're going to be talking a little bit about that.